All right, hey guys, I want to talk about the blessing loom and how it works. All right, so I want to start off with a diagram. And as you see, I already drew the letters. So inside will be the people's names. And normally you hear referred to like the outer rings, like the fire. And then you have like the air, or wind. And then the inside is the water or the earth. But just different categories, different elements. But the ring is the outside, and you just keep working your way to the inside. All right, so I use letters for the name. So inside I use A and B, right? So how it works is you always have to recruit two people. All right, and pretty much the outer ring, which is they call it the fire, will pay the inside person, which is the water. And like you said, you got the really this called like the earth, and then the air. But you know, it's just a way of, some people call it different things, but that's not the point. So let's get to it. All right, so I'm calling the inside person A. So you see this thing going around. It can be $100, $25. I seen $25. It can be $100, $400, $500. I seen like $1,000 something. It's different amounts. Anybody can start one. All right, so this is how it works. So I'm showing you the math behind it. So for my math people, this is some math for you that you've seen. You got different types of functions, linear functions, which is like, say you get the same amount every time. This is an exponential function. All right, let me show you why. All right, so you got 2 to the 0 power. All right, if you put that in your calculator, 2 to the 0 power is gonna give you 1. All right, 2 to the first power is gonna be 2. 2 to the second power is gonna be 4. All right, 2 to the third power is gonna be 8. You can keep going. 2 to the fourth power is gonna be 16. 2 to the fifth, 32. 2 to the sixth, 64. 2 to the seventh, 128. All right, you get the point. It's gonna keep on doubling. All right, this is why. So we're starting off right here. This is like 2 to 0. That's that one person. All right, and then of course they're recruiting. So A is recruiting B and C, right? And then B is recruiting D and E. All right. C is recruiting F and G. All right, then once they're in, then they recruit 2 more people. So if you see in this case, D is recruiting H and I. E is recruiting J and K. G is recruiting L and M, and F is recruiting N and O. All right, so these outside people will pay this inside person. All right, now let me write this. All right, so I'm gonna write this. You have 8 coming in. All right. However, you have 1 leaving. All right, you got 8 coming in, but then you have 1 leaving. Because the 8 people are the outer ring that come in. They'll pay whatever the amount that the flowers agreed, that you guys agreed to. And that one person will leave. And then B and C is next in line, so they'll move up. So now you see I have these other flowers balloons over here because they're going to split. Because you remember B and C was next, so they're going, how they gonna both take up the same spot? They can't occupy the same spot. So that's why the flower splits. All right, so this top half will split over here, and then this bottom half will split over here. All right, so let's look at this. So this B would technically move right here to the center. All right, let's put B right here. All right, I couldn't even find a Sharpie. I gotta use an old school crayon. You know, I got kids, so it's all right. All right, so the B moved to this center because they'll be next in line to get paid. All right, now the C will also move to the center, but over here. All right, so that's your C in the center. All right, but now remember, who did B recruit? they always recruit 2 people. It has to come by bringing 2 people every time. So you're just gonna look at the diagram. B recruited D and E. So that means D and E. All right. Who did C recruit? C recruited F and G. All right. So C recruited F and G. All right. And then it just, keeps going. So who did D recruit? D recruited H and I. All right, now who did E recruit? E recruited J and K. All right. And who did F recruit? F recruited these 2 people, O and N. And who did G recruit? G recruited M and L, L and M, it doesn't matter. All right. And now, everybody that was on the first flower has moved to the next one. They did a split. So now, what these new people about to come in will go on the outer ring. The outer ring always pays the inside person. All right, the outer ring paid the inside. Okay. So I'm just gonna go in alphabetical order. So what we end off with? O, M, N, and O. All right. So now let's start with P. All right. So P. So that means I'm just gonna say H recruited P and Q. All right. I recruited R and S. K recruited T and U. And then J recruited V and W. All right. And then let's go with this ring. So they got to recruit their 2 people. All right. So since we end off with W, we'll start with X. All right. All right. So O recruited X and Y. N recruited Z, and we'll call this AB. And then M recruited AC and AD. And then L recruited AE and AL. All right, are y'all getting it? Now, look at this. You remember the outer ring are the people coming in. So there's 8 right here coming in. 8 right here and 8, so that's a total of 16 coming in. All right. Now, how many leaving? Only these 2 in the center. The center person always leaving. All right. So there's 2 leaving. All right. So now, if you see this pattern, all right, because you remember it's doubling. All this one right here, after you get to 2 to the 3rd, that's the first flower. And then you see it's gonna be doubling, 16. So the next one will be 32. So I'm not gonna draw it, but technically you're gonna have 4 flowers if I continue the pattern. So this would be 1, 2 flowers, this gonna split, and this split, so it'll be a total of 4 flowers, right? So my point is, this thing right here is gonna keep doubling. And there are gonna be more people coming in than leaving. And so you gotta keep track with all of this. And if you do the pattern, so for everybody on this first circle, it's gonna take the 4th round or the 4th flower for them to complete, for everybody here to get started, to leave this circle, to get paid. But you gotta think about all those new people that's getting in. they want to get paid too. So it's just got to continue the cycle, which means it's never going to stop, because you look at an exponential function. If you graph it, it's a curve, exponential growth. It just go really quick. So the growth is not able to be sustainable. Now, of course, if you got in early, you'll get paid. You just got to always recruit the thing. That's the thing. The circle, you might have to wait until you get to 2 people. So there are advantages and disadvantages. The advantages are, yes, it is a come up if you can win and get the money, right? But pretty much it's considered like a pyramid scheme. And then this is how some people take advantage of it in a wrong way. What they'll do is occupy more than one spot. So say if I just want to start one, right, myself, I can put me right here in the middle. All right, I didn't pay them because I started it. And then you got some of these scammers that will hold multiple spots. So they'll hold the A, B, C, D, and E. All right. Now, like you said, there are some ways that people are fixing it, and after this, after a certain round, it stops. You move on to another one, but to sustain it, you still gotta always keep going with 2 people, and it's not enough people coming in then leaving. You see it, right? 8 people coming in, 16 coming in. Next week, 32 coming in, because they all got to get 2. All right, and then be 64 coming in, but only a percentage of them is leaving. Now, the rate of return is pretty good though if you can get it, and the disadvantages is, like you say, you have to wait till the recruiting process is over, and you might be waiting a while. Also, I recommend doing the Sou-Sou, because with the Sou-Sou, it's pretty much, this is locked. So this is like a total of 15 people right here. So I did this. We currently do it. Me and my wife, we currently do the Sou-Sou, but not like this. The Sou-Sou is a set, like flower, like let's say 10 people. Every month, you can do it weekly, but we do it monthly. You put all in the pot. So say if I had A, all right, A will get the $1,000 because we had 10 people putting in $100. All right, next month, B will get the $1,000. So every month, someone gets the money. All right, so I think that's the safe way to go. And then a lot of times, who is in that group, or if you don't know, the person who created the Sou-Sou know. Now with this, you don't know who you're giving the money to. John, Jilly, Billy, Fred, Uncle June. You don't know. You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta hope that it works. Versus the Sou-Sou, normally it's a trusted person that's running it. You know them by name, face, and there's a list, and you just give that every month, and that's a good way to save. Also, if you have, like, say you want to pay a car off, you got a couple $1,000, or you want to have a down payment to buy something. That's why people do the Sou-Sou, to avoid the interest. All right, so pretty much your choice. You decide. Some people say it's a scam. Some people say they have success. So if you had success, you probably won't look at it like a scam, right? Now, if you did it and get your money, like, scam, So I heard 2 different things. You have to decide. But this is the math right here. This is exponential. This is the math behind it. And of course, if you get the money, that's a big come up. But if you don't get the money, and then pretty much it's illegal here to do that, as far as the because it's like a pyramid Ponzi scheme, they say. So do your own research. I'm just showing you how it works. All right, you be the judge. Reach AKG. Striving for excellence, reaching for success. Y'all have a good one.